Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager 5 stream. My name is Adam. I'm the community manager. With me, as always, and not pictured on your screen, is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
And we are back with the 2020-2021 Quebec Nordiques season. Jeff, we ran some stuff off screen. We did some stuff on a Saturday night stream that is exclusive to our Twitch channel, which, we'll keep going there. So keep it on there just as a special. Basically, I was messing around with my new mic, as if you tuned in earlier, you can see we still are working on. So let's recap what happened. If we look at our draft, which Jeff and I actually did after last week's stream, which I got to remember how to get back to the draft, NHL entry draft, or is this the new one? This is the new one.
League menu and an NHL draft log.
NHL draft log. There we go. If I look at just my team picks, so we can go to Quebec, you can see we took a bunch of guys who are half star and 1 star. Our big addition was Theo Rocher, who was our first round pick, playing for Chicoutimi. 1.5 stars, 4-star potential, Canadian Swiss. And then we kind of, well, Jeff, I think the easiest way to say it is we kind of went off the board and tried to pick the best guy possible.
Yeah, even though I don't think our scouting was that great on him, but...
Yeah, so we took a chance on a guy named Mikko Korsakorva, who turns out, we saw him as a possible 4.5-star guy. Our scouts, after they got a look at him, say 3-star, but he's an offensive defenseman. So if he turns out he could be something pretty good, Finn. Then we took a guy who we basically drafted on name alone. Jeff, I'm going to let you handle this one. He's from Saskatoon.
Was that the 3rd rounder?
Yes, it was.
I don't remember. Hang on, let me look.
Aiden.
Oh, Aiden de la Gorgendriere.
Yeah. So, perfect name for our Quebec Nordiques team. Then we drafted Nick Wong, who is a 1-star talent, 2.5-star potential. He was a guy who we actually looked and saw was one of the highest talented guys left. 73 points in 64 games in the O, so that's good to see. Took another shot on a defenseman from Sweden, Anton Wickstrom, in the 4th round. Again, 3-star guy after we got our scouts looking at him a little bit better. Andreas Anderson, who, again, I drafted on name alone for our 5th round pick. Because, how do you not love a guy who, got to love that alliteration. Round 6, we took Merrick Looper.
Yeah, Czech defenseman who was injured most of last year, I think, but playing in their 2nd division. And actually played a full season at 17, so...
Yes. And then we had 2 picks in the 7th round. We took a chance on Ryan Francis, who is a guy who's playing in the queue and scoring lots of points. Will he ever turn into anything? I don't know. He's only a 1.5-star potential guy, but...
And he's only 5'10".
No, there's lots of 5'10" guys, though. But it looks like he might turn something. And then we took a really big swing with a Russian defenseman. And I do not draft a lot of Russians because the KHL, VHL, trying to get guys over. But we grabbed Yuri Mitev.
Mitev. Another 5'10" guy.
Yes, 5'10" defenseman. A trade chip if nothing else, right? The other big thing we did was we moved our ECHL affiliate because Jeff told us to do it a year ago and we forgot. So we took them and moved them from San Jose, and they moved to Halifax. So they are now the Halifax Dictators, which, I don't know, makes me just kind of chuckle and laugh a little bit. I considered turning them into the Citadels. I almost did, and still might in the future. We'll see.
And we should mention we got the World Cup, which...
well, Jeff, we're not there yet. You're
Russian.
You are Russian.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I said that gets us to the draft. That gets us to July 1st. But then we have to talk about the major thing we did on July 1st. We went out and we made one big improvement. We signed Braden Holtby to be our new starting goaltender. which, well, that was a big move. We weren't sure we were going to get him. We signed him to a pretty big deal, but we did front load the contract a little bit. And then
Even so, hopefully he's not 2 stars at 37, but
well, if he is,
still in pretty good good shape right now.
Yeah, the big thing too is he didn't want a no trade, so that could be key in the future. We also traded away Philip Grubauer because, frankly, we didn't need 3 NHL caliber goalies. And after shopping them around, we got Esa Lindell from the Stars. We could have probably got a couple of different offers from the Eastern teams, but I decided we might as well ship them out of the division. To make up for that, we added another Czech goalie, Jeff, I'm going to say his name wrong, Dan Vlader? Something like that.
Vladic, I think.
Vladic, okay. So we did that also because we wanted to boost our AHL and ECHL teams. We have not been playing.
Oh, might be Vlader. I thought that was a C. It's an R.
Okay, it is. Okay. Then we made a couple other free agent signings. We signed, for instance, Terry Virtanen, who was a Winnipeg Jets draft pick. He's only got 2-star talent, but he's 1-star right now, so hopefully get a little bit more from him. We also added a guy whose just name was great, was Hugo Roy. Half-star talent, 2.5-star potential. He put up 31 points in the ECHL last year. I'm hoping he might be able to help out Halifax. Other than that, we didn't really do too much. We also signed Evan McKinnon, right? Who was a guy who put up 99 points in the QMJHL last year. Will he turn it into anything? I don't know. Again, ECHL boost. Let's find out. Wasn't going to hurt us. We also lost Jeff, who did we?
Radek Faksa.
Radek Faksa. We had him as a restricted free agent. Dallas offered him a contract. We let him walk. That netted us a 3rd-round pick in this upcoming draft. So, honestly, I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, he was only a 2-star guy. We have some replacements that we'll be looking at here in a bit. But now, as Jeff wanted to get to, we have the World Cup that's going on. So, Jeff, how do I get to the World Cup? This World Cup that doesn't actually exist in any other sense than our game.
Yeah, this is the World Cup that was just canceled, which is still in this game because we started for the last update. If you start a new game now, you won't actually get a World Cup in 2020. The first one will be in 2024. So we're assuming it'll come back eventually.
So I want to go to...
But this one is already underway. You go to the World menu, and you can just select the tournament first, World Cup.
All right. And then
click on it.
I did. Standings, and I can see there's been a couple games played, and Canada and the US are 2-0. Sweden and Russia are 2-0. And Finland, Team North America, is not doing so well. Ooh, goals for 3.
And for us, we've got both of our goalies away at it. Holtby's playing for Canada, Saros is playing for Finland.
So you can see, take a look at Team Canada. You can see that is a lot of stars. The lowest ranked guy is 3-star Patrice Bergeron.
Yeah, apparently we're a little weak on wingers. I think no right wings at all. They're using your centers over there. If you
can't help but notice market.
Check the lines.
Trade block. That's good to know. And yeah, looking at the lines, we can see Hall, Crosby, Sagan, Marchand, McKinnon, Brent Burns is playing forward. Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Ben Taves. Wait a second. Okay, O'Reilly, Giroux, Stamkos, Bergeron. Which means Mark Scheifele's not playing.
Yeah, didn't quite make it.
Was McDavid injured? That's a great question. I think he was. I think in our last game he was injured for like 9 months. But we will take a quick check on that. Taking a quick look here. Team North America. Who's their goal?
Nope, he's back.
Carter Hart.
Oh, is he on? Yeah, he's on Team North America, isn't he? He's still too young for...
Is he?
Yeah. Yep. He's 23. So he's
well, there you go.
max
Right?
age for
he's
that.
Still on Team North America.
Which is actually looking pretty good. They got him, Matthews,
Except for they're not scoring any goals.
Marner. Yeah, the goalie's a little shaky too.
Yeah, they got
Carter Hart
Carter
and
Hart and Jake Oden.
Ettinger and Parsons.
We got a few names at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And the Kachuk brothers on the wing.
What's that? Sorry.
They got both Kachucks too.
Of course. Yeah, that makes sense. Looking at their lines. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Actually, a pretty solid team, all things considered. All right. To go back to our situation, it was asked by Gudu in our chat, what's our finance? As our team currently stands, well, it's not showing. We're at the floor, but we have guys on vacation. We're sitting at about around 74 million, I believe.
Yeah, still a little space. I mean, we can get somebody at the trading deadline if we need to, and we may be in position to make a run this year, so might be a consideration.
So we're going to call up Mason McDonald.
Yeah, you're going to need a couple of goalies for the exhibition season to cover
We're
for.
going to call up, I guess, Halverson.
Yep.
There's also a possibility we could lose a goalie here too. So just taking a quick look because we're on our depth chart. You can see our new rank of prospects. Theo Rocher is number 1. And Mikko Kokkonen is back with Brandon. We sent him back down to Brandon. Oh, no, we haven't yet. We probably will. I probably should right now. He's 1 star, but we'll hold on to him for a moment. Nobody made big strides, but nobody came to camp out of shape either. So that's good news. So if we dress our goalies, we can, let's put Theo Rocher in and Valerie Newsom-Bomber. Nylander's out. I guess we'll let Adam Earn play. You know what? No. We're going to put in Nolan Foote. Yeah, let's do that. And just because this is kind of exhibition, I'm just going to let the assistant create the lines and see what happens.
I mean, we don't have a lot of depth at left wing, so it might even make sense to keep Foote up for this season.
Well, Armia can play either wing. Newsom Bomber could play wing too.
Yeah.
Cop can play wing. We'll see how it goes. Playing a game versus Arizona. I'm just going to sim right through this because there's not really a huge amount for us to look at otherwise. And, well, we pick up a 4-3 win, which isn't a bad thing. Foote scores the first goal, making a statement for you there, huh? Stahl and Brody.
Pretty good game for Halverson and goal.
Yeah, picks up the win. Like it. And yes, if you missed our last stream too, Tampa Bay won the Stanley Cup.
So you don't have to look at that Stanley Cup champions Toronto Maple Leafs anymore.
Horrifying, Jeff. Just horrifying. Although, what is it today in Leafs history, Jeff?
February 13th. Trying to think. Can't think of anything. What is it?
I'll leave it to see if somebody in the chat can name what is it today in Leafs history. Don't cheat. Don't you be cheating.
Trying to think, is it something bad that happened in the 80s? I mean, that's always a default choice.
This was not in the 80s.
Okay.
I will say that.
It's...
Tuke in the chat. After last week, I'm expecting a cup win this stream or I'll be let down comparably. Well, I don't think we're going to get through an entire season here. There's a lot of stuff going on in September because of the World Cup too, so there's lots of sims going on.
Yeah.
All right, nobody in the chat knows? Today in Toronto Maple Leafs history was the final game at Maple Leaf Gardens.
Oh, wow.
Which was back in 99? 98? I don't remember. Off the top of my head.
1999. 'Cause, yeah, I remember watching it when I was living in Florida still, and that was can't be any later than 99.
I'm trying to remember.
98 or 99.
My copy of Hockey 365 is across the room. I can't quite get there. Let's see here. 20 years ago today, so that'd be 99.
Yep, 99. Maple Leaf Gardens. Now a grocery store.
Well, it's more than that, but yes, if you want to see.
Well, Ryerson's playing games in there too, but they're just, it's weird. They've got, you're just taking the top levels, so like the ice surface is just
in the upper deck.
Near the rafters.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I mean, it's good the building was still. It's still crazy. Do they sell leaf blowers there? It's actually part of college, I believe. And there's a Sobeys.
Yeah, it's Ryerson's home rink.
Yeah. Ryerson's home rink, but I believe they have some class stuff there too. I'm not really sure on that.
Do they? Oh, I didn't realize that.
I could be wrong. So salary cap is going down to 79.5. I'm pretty sure we're fine. Game versus Winnipeg here. We're not going to touch or change anything. Sim it out, and we lose in overtime. 3-2 loss.
Canada beating the USA in the World Cup, so they should be undefeated on their side of the round robin.
What's amazing to me still about the Leaf Gardens is they literally built it in a summer. And the fact it didn't fall down.
Yeah. I mean, it helps that it was the Depression and you could get construction workers pretty much for the asking.
Well, they also encouraged them by giving them like stock shares or something, I believe, too. And
yeah.
Been like, you guys work, we will let you do things. But I mean, that's to build an arena in with not the machinery they have now too either. I mean, that's flip goalies. We gave up 50 shots on net, but we won 5-3. All right.
So basically, typical Oilers result there.
Pretty much.
Barely. Ken Hitchcock's probably on his way out now too.
In what?
Rumor today.
Really?
Yep. Sounds like a complete train wreck.
Well, like by the end of the year, or you mean immediately?
No, like by the end of the weekend.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, just new rumor today. I can't remember who. Let me look it up.
I don't know. That sounds fishy. I mean, who'd want to walk into that situation right now?
I'm sure they got some old boy from the Oilers. Messier, maybe. It was Elliot Friedman saying it. So, pretty credible.
It was on the 31 Thoughts blog? Man, I looked over that and I totally missed that.
I don't know if it was on there, but...
Canada beat Sweden. Well, that's what Tuke is saying. And
oh, yeah, no, it is on 31 Thoughts.
Read it to me then, Jeff.
I'm trying to find the... or at least that's where they...
Typically, I'm not going to lie. Most of the time, I just scan it to see if he mentions the Winnipeg Jets. Game versus Toronto. Yeah, that's been talked about a bit here, too. I did see that. And it'd be fascinating to see if he can actually do it. We lose versus the Leafs. 5-2.
Oh, he's just saying that there were rumors that he would step down. Then somebody reposted that on Reddit as implying that he was saying he was gone.
Okay.
But just, I guess that gives you a general idea of what the situation is in Edmonton right now.
Team's not playing well. I saw one of the reporters or somebody who's done something on Twitter. So was like, it's not that the players don't care. It's probably more that they're completely outmatched and are losing the will to play as they can constantly are defeated because they're so badly outmatched. And I was like, that's kind of an interesting thought.
I mean, the Canucks are ahead of them at this point. That's sad.
But the Canucks are not bad. Actually, to be perfectly,
I mean, yeah, well,
to be
if we
perfectly
can
frank,
find a goalie that can stay healthy.
well, the Western Conference is a train wreck. Oh no, Ryan Murray got injured.
I mean, the Central's fine. It's just the Pacific.
Well, the leaders in the Central, sure. I mean, between Winnipeg and Nashville. After that, I mean, like literally, Anaheim's lost 18 games in a row, and they still aren't out of
I
it.
don't think it's quite that bad, but yeah.
Oh, they did. They lost. They had lost that many in a row.
No, but I mean, they're not. They broke the streak, didn't they?
United States defeats Canada in the World Cup.
Is that the final?
It might be.
And then Gibson just went out with what sounds like fairly bad injuries, so they're only going to get worse.
How badly is Ryan Murray hurt? Corneal abrasion. I guess we'll bring in Essa Lindell. And Saros can come back into the lineup. News and Bombers actually playing not bad. I'm gonna put, let's see, Nylander goes back in. Nick Ehlers can go back in for Foot. Let's see here. All right. And Tuke, if you or Jeff, if you did see what Tuke was talking about with Wheeler, he has a chance to get 100 points with only 12 goals.
Probably not sustainable, but it'd be funny if he did.
You know, the thing, I think it's under 20 goals is kind of the point they were trying to go for, but it's not that Wheeler can't score, it's that he just can find Scheifele open, or Kyle Connor, or Nick Ehlers. Oops, I need to redo my lines before I accidentally jump into a game. And we'll give Saros a start here. Actually, I was going to look to see if everybody is back now. No, hope he's still gone international, it says.
Yeah, it'll take a day for them to come back from that. That was the final of the World Cup, wasn't it? Or was that just a playoff game?
I don't know. I haven't seen another result, but I hope he's not
Check
back.
the standings.
Jeff, stop being so demanding. It's October, so it's probably going to be. Trade between Tampa Bay and Boston. Brandon Carlo goes to Syracuse for Dominique Masson. Apparently they're dropping just some salary cap. Checking your World Cup tournament. All right, there you go. USA did win it over Canada.
In the final. Huh?
Yep.
Oh, Chad question. Do the ECHL teams have the correct personnel in previous years, like the early 90s? Or they just generate players? No, well, neither actually. There aren't historical rosters for the minor league teams. So the players that they have are just the ones that the NHL teams are sending down to them. They don't sign free agents or anything like that?
They are on teams, but they don't actually. They aren't playing games. Is that?
Yeah.
Oh, Tuke says, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I wondered that. It's a best of 3.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Jeff had me confused. Thank you, Tuke. Ideally, I think Neely I think it's safe to say we would like to get some minor league historical stuff in at some point in the future.
Yeah, it's just a ton of research work that's going to take a while to do. Slowly adding the non-NHL guys, though. Did add a bunch of new guys for random debut mode that didn't play in the NHL. Some of the historic Russians and...
Canada defeats USA 3-2. Going to game 3. I'll leave Saros in net. See if he can get hot coming. We should actually make Saros a contract offer too. Speaking of which, oh, he loses the heat, of course.
Lindell too. He's due for one. That's why you got him so cheap, probably.
We didn't get him cheap. We gave up Grubauer.
Now.
But where our defensive depth is, it was something that made the most amount of sense. I really wanted to draft a goalie this year, but there was nothing at the spot where I was comfortable picking one. Which is why I signed the other guy. Now, Jeff, there was some new franchise hockey manager news this week that you haven't mentioned yet.
The new update, you mean?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that's not that new. That was Monday. It's Wednesday now.
Oh, yeah.
But
days,
yeah,
I'm sorry. 2 days is not new enough for Jeff. He doesn't forget anything.
That's ancient history.
Oh, really? So what does that make Messier to the...
Just leave it. Anyhow, yeah, we got a new update out, new historical challenges, some new players in random debut mode, like I mentioned, a variety of other changes, and now we're moved on to that. Which is why I'm forgetting it was so recent, because I spent yesterday making a list of stuff that we want to get in for the what'll be the post-trading deadline, and probably the final full update for FHM5 before we start moving on to FHM6 development.
Okay, I can't remember who it was, too. I forgot to tell you. One of the guys on our AHL team, I wasn't really paying attention. I think he had 390 penalty minutes.
Last year?
Yeah. There was one guy who just... No wonder our AHL affiliate did nothing, because they were just getting destroyed.
Oh, yeah, one of the defensemen was on 297 he had.
There we go. I don't remember which one it was, but...
Bailey Webster.
Yeah. So I think I let him go from organization. We have a lot of guys, actually.
No, you still got him.
Do we? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a lot of guys who are coming up due on contracts. Okay.
Yeah, so it's good we've got that little bit of cap room.
Saros only wants $2.3 million for 3 years. I think we can do that. If nothing else, we'll be able to use him as a good trading chip. Yes?
Guru, yeah, still. Adam, I noticed Adam isn't mentioning all the cups we won in the last broadcast for some reason.
Yeah, shocker, I know.
And Neely, following the trade deadline, how long would you expect to have it? Oh, for the updated rosters post-trade deadline. I can actually turn the rosters themselves around pretty quickly, but since we just released this update this week, and the deadline is in 2 weeks today, isn't it? Or 25th? End of the month, regardless. It's going to be a little too soon for the next update. So yeah, I think two weeks after that is approximately in the right ballpark for when the next update will be out.
All right,
depending on how long everything takes us, and if we have to do any. We'll probably do a hot fix sometime this week. It looks like there's a problem with loading quick starts and possibly a couple other things. So we'll get those fixed and something out before then.
Oh, we're
Did
giving
you
Adam
send?
Lowry a pay raise there, but you know what? I'm okay with that.
Oh, is that the contracts? Yeah, I was going to say you got Lowry in with the.
It was about $4 million. It was 4.1 million.
Oh, it's upcoming free agents. That's why.
Yeah.
I thought you were looking at the AHL roster. I was wondering why you'd sent Lowry down.
No. I sent down Bailey Webster down to the ECHL.
Uh, See if you can ever improve that half star. Not looking like it.
Well, 290 penalty minutes. At least you can go drag them down. I was debating on whether we should offer Nick Ritchie a contract extension. Not sold. And I wonder what Andrew Kopp wants. 1.49. Yeah, I can do that. We're going to need some cheap contracts anyways. Locking him down for that much.
Yeah, we're gonna. I mean, 2 stars is better than anything than most of what we got at left wing right. Left wing now.
My mic is low. Well, P-Wog, I mean, come on. Give me a minute. If I talk directly into it, you're going to find it really loud now, huh?
Yes, that is loud. P-Wog, I think, missed the stuff at the start. We were going back and forth trying to get the mic volumes right.
Yeah.
Adam's got a new one.
Yes, one that's not causing me issues. All right, let's kind of just push forward on this and see. Actually, wait. No. No, what we need to do is we're going to send... Okay, Kokanen's going back down to Brandon.
To Brandon?
Yep.
I don't think you could do that.
I did it. He's only
Oh, I think no. I was thinking Halverson.
no.
I thought you.
Theo Rocher.
Okay, yeah.
As much as I would like to have him up, I think we send it back down to keep getting better.
Yeah, he was pretty close, but
So I send him back down to Shikudimi. Now we got 26 guys left on the roster. I'm gonna send Nolan Foote down because he doesn't have to clear waivers.
that's too bad. He was close. You gonna keep Dickinson up?
I'm gonna need to send some goalies down. I think Dickinson's gonna be one of our. What?
What?
Oh, P-Wog, I'm not wearing a headset. I have a nice brand new Audio Technica mic. Okay, we're at 24 guys. When Hopi comes back, we'll be able to be at 23, which means we'll be fine. We'll also have to watch waivers to see if there's anybody interesting, and that might take Dickinson off the roster, and possibly somebody else too. All right, bunch of guys on waivers.
Yeah, start of the season. Anybody good?
I'm just going to look to see if we got... well, we have no open offers, so I'm assuming everybody signed their contract. Oh, there's so many things. Canada defeats the United States at the World Cup. We have 5-3 win. Woo! Adam Lowry signs, Kopp signs, Saros signs, Essa Lundell signs. And then there's just a bunch of guys on waivers. So we need to go back. We're going to take Halverson out, put Holtby back in. Holtby's contract was what, 7.46 for 6 years.
For six,
Actually,
yeah.
it's a pretty good deal.
Yep, unless he crashes and burns in the next couple of years, it should be solid.
So we're putting Halverson on waivers. All right, down to 23 guys. So let's take a look at the waiver wire. Connor Hobbs is on waivers from Montreal. Oh, we have none of these guys scouted well. That's why. Like, why are all these guys so high?
Yeah, well, 5-star potential at one point, but he's 23 and he's still only one.
Jonathan
So I don't think
Dahlin,
that's ever going to work out.
2-star talent, if he is actually as good as he says. Oh, Nate Bastian, a guy from our once around Seattle Kraken's franchise. Never really took off. Let's look at current ability. Jacob Markstrom is on waivers, as is Jean-Gabriel Pajot. A lot of guys on probably some big contracts getting buried. Ivan Telgin finally makes his way to the NHL with New Jersey. Interesting.
And gets immediately waived once he gets there.
Yeah. I'm tempted to pick up Brandon Tanev. Just reunite a bunch of Jets. Oh, Marco Dano's on waivers too. Perfect. Take them all. Nobody really of note here, I don't think.
A few of note, but just nobody that...
Nobody who jumps up.
Guys who seem to have had their development stall, or that we definitely know aren't ever going to get beyond 2 stars.
Yeah. Oh, Mason Appleton's there. He would not be the worst pickup.
Can he play right wing center, no left wing?
Let's see what his stats are. Left
Oh,
wing,
yeah,
10. Well, he's not terrible.
looks like the Flyers picked him up from the Jets, and he didn't make the team. Who's one right above him, though? I saw a couple of us.
Joseph?
Yeah, 2 stars, 4-star potential.
Again, we got... Oh, he is... We actually do have him looked at. 21 points only, though. Oh, I mean, he did. In the NHL, at least.
P-Wog asking if the Wings have a superstar. I think they wound up with getting Jack Hughes in the draft, didn't they?
No, I'll take a look.
Yep, they did. But only 15 points in his first year. He's still developing. Zadina had an okay year. Michael Rasmussen, pretty good rookie year. They're young, but it looks like they might actually get a little better.
All right, we'll make a waiver claim on Matthew Joseph. Which, if we get him, means we'll have to waive Dickinson. Oh, no, wait a second. We're still carrying Newsenbaum up. Newsenbaumer up.
Yeah, he can go without being waived.
Yeah. And he's scoring. I'm going to send him down right now, actually. No. Well, yeah, I'm going to send him down right now and see if we can grab... Now I'm going to go back and actually take a stab at grabbing Appleton. This is what you've done. All right, we put in 2 waiver claims. Sorry, I just couldn't tell if the music was actually on. I'm not hearing any, probably because it's so low, but... Interesting player on waivers, yes, we know. We'll actually have to look at now that we have our kind of our new team to see if we need to change any of our tactics as well.
Yeah, although I think we've got the cores pretty much the same, so probably not. Don't need to do anything too over the top.
I haven't looked in game yet, but I saw the update note say you added staff search filter to. So thank you for that. Gudu says yes, you can now.
Yep, it is in there, good.
Actually, I can show you that because I had to hire a new coach because we lost somebody. I don't remember who we lost, but I checked and I'm
Speaking
like,
of that, I think something we're going to get in the final update is a news update when you have coach staff besides your head coach retiring. So you'll get a little notification of that where you didn't before.
Okay, so we got both Mason Appleton and Matthew Joseph.
I got both of them. Okay. You might wind up having to waive one of them. NYG21,
Oh, no.
hello, welcome to chat.
Oh, I was not paying enough attention.
What'd you do?
I accidentally gave Mason Appleton Andrew Kopp's number.
Andrew Cap's number. Well, he's going. He pissed Andrew Cap off.
Yep, my bad,
Off.
Kopp. I'm sorry. So we did get them both.
And you gave Cop 97?
That's what it came up as. Couldn't change it.
Okay.
All right. So we got to send somebody down. All right. You know what? We're gonna send down Dickinson.
Got to be Dickinson, I think. Yeah.
Hello to NYG21. Thanks for coming in to see how things are going. I'm gonna throw Mason Appleton in because you know what? I'm gonna try and change his number right now though. I'm gonna change his number to 92, and I'm gonna give Adam Kopp back his number 9. I'm sorry, Andrew. I didn't mean to do it. All right. 20 for 20. Okay, lines. Create lines. All right, just give me 1 second here. Nope, clicked on the wrong one. Staff. I brought in Jeff O'Neill as our skills coach. That's who I hired. I do not remember who we lost, but yes, I thought Jeff O'Neill. There's the perfect guy to bring in. And so, yes, so we have Brathwaite, Chelios, Wendell Clark, Jeff O'Neill, and then Peter Friesen as our trainer. You know, we stacked as many former NHLers as we possibly could.
Chat question. Whenever I trade for players, their stars always drop. Shouldn't be all the time, but a lot of the time it'll be because your scouting gets more accurate once they're on your roster. So once your guys get a look, they may not be perfectly scouted until when you're making the trade and then you get them and they've dropped off by half a star or so, which is probably more accurate.
I look pretty good for a lot of things, so I'm okay with this. All right. Maybe not quite as much speed as I would like, but all right. Gonna redo some time. So we have Ehlers, Stahl, Nylander. Okay, change this again. Put Appleton in the middle. I don't hate Appleton in the middle of the fourth line. But I'm gonna switch these guys kind of around. Janarek. No, Nick Ritchie was our second line center, wasn't he? Or should we have Cal Janarek?
I don't remember. Probably use Yarncroc though.
Alright. Make a few changes there.
opener against Columbus at home.
What's that, sorry?
Just saying the home opener is going to be against Columbus.
Yes, just rebalancing everything there. All right. See how Mason Appleton does at centering our fourth line with Thomas and Richie. Yeah, I like that. Interesting player on waivers. Did I miss somebody? Oh, the guy we waived. Yep, that would be about right.
Wouldn't be surprised if we lost him.
Well, we might.
Although with all the other guys on waivers the previous day, maybe not.
Does not look like he was claimed.
No, poor Dickinson, another year stuck in the AHL.
You know what? That's what he needs to do. Pewog says, so you are the Maple Leafs going for the Cup this year. What?
So are your Maple Leafs going to the Cup this year?
No. Game versus Columbus here. I think everything's set as good as we can. Let's let it rock. Braden Holtby's first game as a Quebec Nordique. And we lose 2-0. Ouch. Shutout in the home opener.
So he played okay, but Bobrovsky,
21 shots.
wow, 38 saves on Bobrovsky. Yeah, we got just ran into a hot goalie there.
That hurts. And Jordan Stahl with that hits 1,000 games played. I guess the good news is nobody got hurt.
We'll bounce back.
Here's hoping. We might have to look at a defensive pickup, though, if maybe we need a better defensive defenseman. We could go after Pickles if he's still on the trade block.
And 33, and what's his call? Oh, he's on a huge contract too. I don't think you want that.
I don't really care. He hasn't played 1,000 games for the Nordiques.
No, you don't want Vlasic, by the way. He's signed through 2026. He's making $7 million a year, and he's down to 3 stars.
So I do want him. Is that what you're saying?
Well, if you want to screw up your cap hit for the next half decade, sure, go for it.
Okay, now I'm just curious. I'm gonna have to look to see who is on. Go to front office and see who's on the trade block. John Gibson is. Probably much like real life, he might want out. Victor Hedman is actually. Dang.
That's surprising.
Should we make a trade offer for Victor Hedman? Connor Hellebuck is. Goodoo. Goodoo.
No.
Goodoo. Do we?
You already just signed a goalie. You can't go trading Holtby for Hellebuck.
All right. Now I just, what do they want for Hedman? They have weakness.
If you want a defenseman, Ghost Bear's there for probably a lot cheaper.
Just seeing things. It's a vicious cycle. All right, so they're looking for a right defenseman. What? Oh, that's doing that again, huh? Jeff?
What?
It's resorting incorrectly again.
Oh, after you add a player. Okay.
Yeah.
Have a look at that.
Yeah. So, how about Ryan Murray? Oh, no. Where's that Russian defenseman we drafted? And who else we got the rights we could give to? Beekstrom. No. And if we throw in a second round pick. No, hardly likely accept that offer. And a first round pick. Now it moves it. Okay. Ekholm is also on Tampa Bay. No. Ghost Bear's only 3 stars.
Gave up on Edmund.
Let's see. I just took a quick peek to see what it would cost. They want a right defenseman too. Why? Alright. Let me see if we can send them Stephen Jones.
P-Wog asking in chat if Canada has good radio and TV coverage of the minor leagues. No, for junior, I know we get pretty good coverage of the Rockets here in Kelowna. We're on TV fairly often, on cable channel. What do you get for the Moose?
The AHL actually did a really good deal this year for you. I can't remember what it was, but it's the first time it's actually been something that's, someone might actually want.
Streaming or TV too?
Streaming. They're on the radio. They're on the same radio station as the Jets, and they get about, I think, like 35-ish games. Otherwise, everything's streamed online for free.
Try that Stars third rounder.
As a fourth rounder says, well balanced.
Probably need to do the third though.
And it's still all well balanced. I'm gonna try the fourth. Let's make an offer.
I don't think they're gonna go for it.
They may not. Some minor league teams have a TV deal. I know the Leafs have some games. Pick up our first win there, 3-2. I can't think of like ones where William Nylander's injured. Day to day. All right.
So if you live in a city with a team in the CHL or AHL, you can see every game. No, I don't think I can't get every Rockets game on TV. I imagine you can stream all the. I think WHL does have a streaming deal.
Yeah, most have a streaming. Like the AHL, they last year they had a streaming deal which was just awful, and like people, they were complaining about it because it was like they wanted to charge you like $500.
Wow.
And it was like people were, the ECHL was actually cheaper, I think, and then the ECHL got cheaper, and then the AHL got cheaper this year too.
Radio though, I mean, everything is on.
Oh, as we talk about it, Matthias Ekholm just gets moved to the Kings. And a 5th rounder for Matt Vatella, a goaltender, and a 7th rounder. All right. Sprungy Matt 85 says we get every Regina Pats game with our local cable company. Yeah, some of the stuff, like there is local coverage. Sometimes it's not always the best picture quality either. Like I think Brandon has some games. I'm not sure though. I don't want to say that for sure. It's up and down, varies a lot depending on where you are. Reaction to trade proposal. No way!
I told you. Should have offered in the third.
It's not over yet. Let's see.
You're offering him Murray too?
Yeah, might as well. Change the trade. Ah, right. Forgot he's still injured. All right. We are going to up the ante, and we are just going to throw in Matthew Joseph in for William Nylander. Okay. Oh. Pretty sure every Marlies game is televised on TV or on Leafs TV. Yeah, TSN as well. Yeah, Toronto's a little bit more special with their stuff.
That's a good word for it.
Okay, sorry. Cramp in my leg that just about broke me, and I was almost going to just end the stream immediately. Still might very soon. And we're just going to throw Joseph in there. Hope he's going to play another one, sim it out, and we win, but the other goalie gets hot because we put up 52 shots.
Yeah, I think TSN's only in Canada. I don't think there's any cable packages that carry it in the States. That would probably be a bunch of problems with NHL broadcast rights.
No, broadcast rights in general.
Yeah, baseball too.
Yeah.
And NBA.
Yeah, and football and everything else. All right, I think I'm going to have to end the stream here, though. So we've got started. We are 2-1. I might advance it a little bit before our next show, or maybe not. We'll see how it goes. But thank you very much for tuning in to another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. We typically stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. All of our streams are archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments. On Facebook, you can find us at facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. On Twitter, we're at Franchise Hockey. And you can also come on down to our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner, which will bring you to our official forums. And you can come talk about Franchise Hockey Manager, Out of the Park Baseball, Perfect Team, or anything else you want to talk about. Jeff, did I miss anything?
Nope. Like we were saying, a new update was out on Monday, so if you haven't got that yet, might want to pick that up. And we'll be back next week with, since the New York Americans are now, or Brooklyn Americans are now out of business. At the end of our other game, we'll be doing something new next week, and I think we'll be playing one of the new WHA challenges for our historical game.
All right, we will see you all again next week.